Welcome to Attican Plays Pharaoh, A New Era. Alright, hi, this is Attican and welcome to Series 1, Episode 23 of our playthrough of Pharaoh, A New Era of the campaign missions. We are playing Thinis, and this is the second part of our play. Part one of this little set was the planning. And then part two was the beginning of the actual gameplay. And we got off to, may I say, a great start. We made one goof, didn't import wood quickly enough to build our navy, and took a lot of losses in one battle, but we did win the battle against our enemy, Thinis. And we did win, and now we're moving our buildings along, and we're trying to build up our tax base, because we followed our plan. We fixed up that existing housing block and made it a place where we could quickly get laborers to feed our early industry. Then we set up our large pottery operation and started exporting pottery and made good money with that. We got our barley planted, and then we immediately, as soon as we made money off the pottery, we went out and started our military recruiting with an archery fort with academy and recruiter. And then when the barley came in, we started building up our beer business and exporting beer. So we're exporting pottery and beer. And we then went over to across the river to where the gold mines were, put in our palace, and set up 2 sets of gold mines. So we have 2 separate housing blocks there to support 3 mines on one side, 2 mines on the other side. So we've got gold rolling into the palace now. By having the palace now, we can start taxing. We're starting to expand our, evolve our housing so that the taxes are worth doing. You can see there we're up to 2 infantry and 2 archer forts. And we've started building this middle section here to be really our naval system. So this middle island is really the Navy. It's a small city that supports our Navy. So we're going to end up with 5 warship wharfs there. I intentionally chose 5 so that we could avoid the dreaded pause all the time, can't fight the battles defect that right now seems to be in existence. Hopefully, maybe by the time you watch this video, it'll be gone, I hope. So anyway, we've got our first section up here set up, and we had just set up at the end of the last one. We're starting to bring in pottery, and we're also going to bring in beer. We want to evolve this quickly so that we can make money on it, taxes. So we're going to set up a storage yard here to go get a quarter of beer. The other, that middle one there of those 3 is set up to get a quarter of pottery, and we just set that up at the end of the last episode. So we're going to drag pottery and beer up there to our original housing block and further evolve those houses. You can see our housing block down here is going very nicely. We're up to those really nice apartments, and the next step actually is to get Papyrus in here and get some scribal schools going, and we can get up to common residences. And here's this, they need to fix this mistake. I don't know what value. Our kingdom standing fell. I don't know why. It looked like a defect. I don't know. They need to fix that. But I didn't get that one. I think that was a mistake of some sort. Okay, so we're looking pretty good. We're up to about almost 3,000 people. And our goal is to actually have 4,500 people. So decided if Ra is going to fall off on us a little bit, we got good money now. Now we're going to turn it into great money. So if you start doing festivals to Ra, 2 things can happen. He'll give you blessings, and it's a beautiful gift, 1,600 copper. Thank you. But he'll give you blessings that improve your kingdom rating, great, and he'll give you blessings that increase your trade, how much they'll trade with you, and or will cause your partners to pay more for what they buy. So it's just, he's really strong on your economy. So we're going to start running regular festivals to Ra to get him to crank over and give us blessings more frequently. And now we're going to move into the scribal phase. We're going to start bringing in, because we've got good money now. We've got these blessings coming from Roth, which I think are just going to make our money even better. And we're going to, they're a little bit of a pain, but we're going to just keep doing it. I wish you could just put them on a loop and just say, go, do them. Just keep doing them. So there you can see, now we have a little Navy. We've got 5 warship wharfs, with 5 warships rather, docked in our naval yard. And now we're going to start putting in transport ships, wharfs, because in this mission, when you want to send troops out to support battles in the distance, you send them on the Nile River. So we're going to set up a bunch of transport wharfs so that we can send our troops. And now you can see we've started importing papyrus, and we're already up to common residences here in this what was our original our worker block, where we've done most of our damage has been done right here. So we're just going to pretty it up and taking the opportunity to put down some more shrines. As we grow population pretty quickly, we got to be sure that we keep up with the gods and keep them happy. And now you can see we're actually making money on our taxes, and we're not even gouging people, just 9%. And down here, we've already got the beer going, so all they need now, when you see that type of housing, that just means all you need is a courthouse. So we throw a courthouse down here and get it staffed, and then they evolve into the apartments. So you can see the houses evolving into apartments. Where they're lagging behind, it looks like there's a problem with desirability. So we're just going to throw down some more shrines, because remember, we're growing population fast now, and the shrines give us great beauty, really improve the attractiveness. And you see there, the area improved immediately. And as the judge comes by from the courthouse, we upgrade those houses. So looking good now. Now we're in that kind of that moving along. See, our money is kind of reached that point. The money's no longer a problem. Our guys are pretty happy. We're going to keep doing those festivals to Ra. And you saw there's 2. You can click on the festival square to do it, or you can actually bring up your overseer of religion and click the button there to bring up your festival. So we're going to add another infantry fort, keep growing our army. We're starting to get we're kind of there now, right? And you can almost sense it in the way things are picking up speed. We're getting quickly into these nicer homes. We're expanding everything. Now we can see, now they want us to go help Men-nefer. So they want us to send troops to Men-nefer and support them. But you can see here, we get a message saying that right here, we're going to get attacked in a month. So we're going to have to stay and defend ourselves, and then we'll go see if we can help Men-nefer. So here we go. Here's the battle, and we didn't lose much. We lost 1 infantry and 1 archer. So we're in good shape to go help Men-nefer. So you can see here, see how it says water route? That means that we have to put these guys on transport ships in order to send them. So we've got those made, and we're ready to go. So we're going to send what we've got, all 5 of our companies. A couple of them are short a person, but that's okay. Actually, this one's short quite a bit. Probably should have just kept him back to keep recruiting. And what we'll do, since we sent all of them away, we're going to just put down another fort. We need 1 more fort anyway, so we're going to put down 1 more infantry fort, and then that gives us a full complement. That'll give us a fort we can still recruit into while the rest of our army's off defending Men-nefer. Now we're going to do a similar thing over here where we're going to set up pottery and we're going to set up beer, and so that we can get pottery and beer over here nice and convenient for these two blocks we have supporting our gold mining. And there you can see we were successful in defending Men-nefer, so our troops come back to us and things are looking pretty good. Now it's time to check the ratings. We need more culture. That's okay. That's okay. We know we haven't been worried about the culture. We could have built toward it from the beginning, but we've been more interested in getting the money straight and getting the military straight. That's how you survive. And then after that, you can worry about the rest of it. But we're actually going to even bump this one up and say, go buy beer here for our little naval station. Okay, so now we can start trading with Men-nefer again. We already paid for the route, but we can start trading. And we're just going to keep pumping out these festivals, these lavish festivals to Ra, because they, the extra money you get. Look at that, half again their usual value. If pottery's 105, now it's I should have said 100. If pottery's 100, now it's 150 per unit. That's just awesome. So now we can put a courthouse in our little weird little block here, and eventually that there you go. There we can upgrade those houses to nice apartments there, and we can throw in a school and educate these folks, and actually have common residences out here on the island. And if we needed more housing, we could certainly put more housing in the island. So here now, you can see there's the difference when you have a strong navy. If the enemy comes in by sea first and you wipe them out, there's not much left, and you don't take a lot of losses on your land troops. So that was better, and that's what should have happened in the last episode had I done my job and gotten the wood imported fast enough, or when I meant to do it, we would have had those ships, and we took a lot of losses on one battle in particular. But we won the battle, but we did take some losses. So again, now things are looking pretty good. Now it's more like, okay, we got to get to 4,500, and we need 10 common residences, which we've already got, And so now I just want to put some entertainment over here. They don't have anything. So I just want to work it out so I can put some sort of entertainment in here for those houses. And I decided to use one of the, I'm thinking right here, I was thinking about a bandstand, but see, I've got it too. That's not going to work. It's too small, not enough space. So we'll just go out this way and figure out where we can put a decent thing. So if we go 3 past, as long as we have 3 past that scribal school, or even we don't even have to go that. Let's see, how do we do this? Here we go. Nope, don't like that. I know. I remember exactly how I felt when I clicked that. I said, nope, we are not connecting to that outside road. That's not happening. So let's do this again. Do 3 there. Now I'm getting smarter. As long as it's out 3, then we can put in our bandstand. There we go. And if we're going to have a bandstand out there, it's going to need fire protection, because actually that's not true. In fact, a fireman's going to come around the outside and he's going to pass within 2 of that bandstand and keep it from catching on fire. So all good there, all good. And this guy over here, we're waiting on papyrus. We need to go with the school here. And we do have when you see mismatches where certain houses haven't evolved as much as the others, and as we've said before, it's probably desirability. And there it is. Throw down some gardens and you're good to go. And a little surprised that it's a desirability issue for those guys because they're right next to that temple complex, but still. Give them some plazas and they upgrade. Now a large navy comes in and a large army. Okay, that was a big battle. That was a huge battle. If we hadn't had a full complement there, we would have been in trouble. And you really can't. I mean, it's you could lose a battle and recover, but oh man, it would be tough. It would be tough, especially if something else comes in behind it, because it's just so hard to really recover. So now we're going to start bringing papyrus over there and put the school in, and it's worth noting that that original section is disconnected from everything else. So these cart guys can all run over there. They don't have to have road all the way. They'll just take the most direct path if they don't have a road. And right here I got a little problem. You can probably see that cart guy who's getting the pottery got a little messed up. He seems like he's stuck there, and that's an issue that can happen. So I'm going to change, now that we've got so many consumers for our pottery and beer, we're going to export only if we have an abundance. And that's fine now. We can do that now because we're not relying on the exports so much as we have money, right? We have taxation that's paying our bills now. It's time to upgrade this housing over here. And you can see this is not efficient housing at all because we're putting in a lot of services for just a few houses. But I kind of like it. It's kind of neat looking. We could fill it in some more, put some gardens in and stuff. It'd be pretty cool looking, I think. And besides that, it's getting us gold. So, for me, form follows function. And there again, you can kind of see a desirability issue. You didn't even have to check because that one house was an apartment, and the one right over from it it obviously has desirability issues. Yep, up here's the same thing. Put in some plazas, and there we go. They all pop. So we saw that message, we need a dentist, and that reminds me, duh, we do need a dentist to get our ratings up. So we're going to go through and put dentists in all 5 of our housing blocks. The 2 mines, the Navy, the pottery working area, and our original block. And that'll help us with our culture rating as well and give us better health care. So remember that culture sheet we went through. You've got to have certain levels to get your ratings. You have to have certain percentage coverage of each of the different things in religion and education and healthcare and what am I missing? Entertainment. Now you can see right there we have perfect coverage for jugglers and musicians in terms of the facilities, but we only have good coverage on dancers. So I thought, well, we need another dancer. So let's just put one down here. No big deal, let's just do it. And this one is not so much to help this area evolve, because really common residence is all we're shooting for anyway. This is just to give us better coverage, right? Just put in another dance school. So what we're going to do is put a pavilion back here, and then figure out how in the world we're going to get a dance school in this area, because we're working with very limited space. There, fine. But this one we want to block off because we don't want yet another way that walkers could go and get confused. But because it's a fire risk and it's a little bit back from the rest of our build, we'll give it its own fire station. Now we could have taken out that one house in the corner and built it into the corner, or there's all kinds of things we could have done, but that works just fine. But we've got limited room over here because we got so many storage yards going. We could extend that road probably and make space, but I thought, let's just build another little place for it. Remember, it doesn't matter. We're not trying to get the walkers to walk by it, because really there's plenty of entertainment to evolve those houses just from that bandstand and the jugglers. So we're just going to come back here and make our own little area back here and put in the dance hall thingy. We call it the dance school, and then make sure they're protected, fire protected. I think is all they need, and then they can just walk down there and walk over to the dance. So I'm checking there, and it does not have a collapse risk, but it does have a fire risk. So we'll get dancers going, and they can go up there and perform and do their thing in the dance at the pavilion, and that should give us good coverage and improve our culture. Well, and maybe not actually improve our rating so much as just give us better coverage, right? And now we're up to 35, and the next thing they want's a mortuary. We've got our kingdom up to 95. We're good. We just need to close off the population and decide to go ahead and put a mortuary in each of our 5 blocks. And we'll get into the linen because, again, our money is solid now. And I love these blocks up here because they're just practically all services. Very few residents, but lots of services. So we're going to start importing linen. I think the flax. Oh, let me think about that. Can we import? Let's just see. It says we can import flax. I can't remember what I did here. Hang on. It says we can import linen somewhere, but we can't. So I think they should. I don't think the old game acted like this. If I didn't have the ability to trade with somebody, it wouldn't have told me I could import linen. You know, I don't think. But anyway, we're just going to import linen directly. We got money, so we'll just import linen to maintain, what is that, 1,600, half a yard, and then we're going to scatter it around and let our mortuaries have linen, and that'll improve our health care. So now we got full-blown health care. We're going to have mortuary, dentist, and physician in all of our blocks. So we have 100% health care coverage in our city. And you can see we're getting common residences up there in these two blocks. And we've got perfect coverage for all of our entertainment. And the number of shows is less than the number of stages. And some of you have commented may not be running enough actual schools, and I kind of took that to heart, and I'm going to put in some more schools and try to make sure that we can have the shows running pretty much all the time. You do not need them running all the time to keep your ratings or to keep your houses evolved, but it's something to do. So we'll put in some more schools and have more shows. And now to get our 4,500, I decided just the simplest thing, because we've got an abundance of food and pottery and beer and money. So why don't we just build another block? So we're going to build another a large senator work block here, and go ahead and do our thing. And this is where I just got irritated with the whole I have to pay for that road again, and started counting by hand. And now I feel like I've gone back to the old game, sort of, and I love the old game, but this part of it I hated, the whole counting what you were doing. So then I just got frustrated and said, who cares? And here I goofed up yet again. I did the 14 by 20. That 20 keeps popping in my head because of the 20 that I like to use for my worker blocks, but I'm not getting them right for the housing blocks. It's actually the outside of it's 14 by 24. By the way, you don't have to do the outside. I just like to have it there to kind of define things. So I got frustrated by this and just said, come on. There. Now, so what if I have to pay some extra? And by the way, we will be using different blocks in future missions where we get into more high culture kind of stuff and higher end housing. We will absolutely start seeing some different blocks. This is just, for me, this is the best block there is for setting up a basic common residence or fancy residence kind of a neighborhood, which is, to me, that's also the heart of your city, is having really nice housing for your workers. That's if you've got that, you've got a nice city, and that's you've got a profitable tax base. You got everything. So I tend to use these a lot, and you see it's come back to me. I can now remember how to build them. I don't have to look it up and count everything like I was doing when we first got into these. But anyway, we're going to build up this block, and it will push us over the edge on the population. We've got all the other stuff, so it's just a matter of time until we build up our population. So I think I'm just going to let this thing run, and we'll kind of meet again, if you will, at the end to talk about, kind of recap how it went. Okay, so here I've forgotten about this. People are a little PO'd because of I don't know if it's unemployment or whatever. If you're going to tax, then you got to keep unemployment's good. Oh, you know what? I think there was a problem. I think we had some unemployment for a bit, but these new buildings are going to take care of that. So this whole new section here. And it said it's improving, so the recruiting will come later. Now you can see Men-nefer is being attacked again. We will probably be asked to go help it, and we're going to. And again, it's a water route, as you can see there. So we're just going to send this rather massive army there. Could have held back the ones that weren't full, probably. Wouldn't have hurt anything, but they're only 3 months, so I'm thinking we'll save one. We're going to save one unit just in case there's one of those quickie Nubian attacks, where they'll be there in a month kind of thing. You get very little warning. Okay, so we're starting to get immigration again. We've saved the city. We're getting immigration once again. Here they come. They're actually going first to some of the vacancies we have out in the city, and then they'll start filling in these new ones. There we go. Now we're getting people in here. we've got some unemployment now and decided to take advantage of it and set up a little storage yard system here to drag stuff over closer to this new development. So we're going to get chickpeas, and we're going to get a little bit of pottery. We're going to get some beer. We're going to get some papyrus and some linen, and make life easy for the folks over here in this new. Mainly make life easy for the bazaar, the mortuary, and the scribal school in this new block. So now we're good. We've got our culture rating high enough, our kingdom ratings high enough. All we need is the 4,500, which we are closing in on as we speak. So this went really well. I was very happy with it. The plan worked. We worked the plan. And it took a while, and it's a hard mission. But you see we have 59 common residences against our goal of 10. And we would have had many more because this whole block down here will quickly be all common residences. And in fact, after a little bit, every house on the map will be a common residence. We got perfect coverage for our entertainment. Life is good. It's a good city to live in, and main thing is we finished a very difficult mission. Again, one of my absolute favorite missions in Pharaoh.
I hope you enjoyed that. I hope it'll help you become a better player. I hope you'll like, comment, and subscribe, and join us for our next Pharaoh, A New Era video. Thank you.